Arthur. He was a good man. A bit dense sometimes, but caring, loving, a great father and a wonderful husband. It was his death that made me want to change. I couldn't stay on the farm for one more second. I decided it was high time I found my own adventure. I wanted to be a knight.
A knight. Mother, I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but we're, peasants. Lowly citizens. The scum of the earth. Peasants can't become knights.
Baldwin's right. They'll laugh you out of the king's court. Or, I don't know, call you insubordinate and ungrateful and have your head. Or call you a suspiciously intelligent crone and have you burned as a witch. Ultimately, lots of pain and death, and to be honest, I can't really handle losing another parent this week.
What do you mean, crone?
Mother, you're 40. You're practically knocking on death's door. In fact, it's a miracle you've lived this long. Maybe they'll show you more respect as an elder. Or maybe they'll scream witchcraft and have you burned as a witch.
Ha 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 ha.
Would you stop saying that? It'll be fine, and if they kill me, they kill me. Like you said, I've lived a good long life. If it's the Grim Reaper knocking on my door, then who am I to avoid him?
Fine. But if you die, Ida and I aren't paying for a funeral. We'll just chuck you into the community ditch like the Hastings did with their mother.
That's fine. If I'm burned as a witch, there won't be a body to bury anyway.
Lovely.
Armin? Armin! Armin!
My god, boy, what is it that you want from me?
Too many years requested your presence.
You know, you could have just led with that. As a piece of advice, never provoke a man holding a weapon.
Why not?
Does that answer your question, Linus?
Uh-huh.
Good. Let's go, lad.
Armin,
Yes, Linus?
please don't shoot at me again.
No promises, Linus. So, how did my uncle seem to me?
Terrified.
That's not helpful. He's always terrifying to you because you're a coward. Was he happy? Hopeful? Sad?
He's malicious and pissed off, helpful.
Yes, though you shouldn't talk about your king that way.
Oh, right. Then, he seemed upset and, beheady.
Great, just my luck. Any idea why he seemed beheaded?
What am I, your messenger boy?
That's pretty much exactly what you are, Linus.
Right.
This is what they get for having a noble son do a peasant's job.
Who goes there?
Oh no, here we go.
Presenting Prince Armin, nephew to King Munir and son of Prince Eric of Catherine, Duchess of Bad... Wait, don't tell me. I've got it. Duchess of Bad, Lumashire. Armin, Duke of...
Yeah, shut up. Hey guys, lower the gates. It's Armin. Armin!
Then, lads, try not to shoot at us as we enter.
Hey now, I thought I told you men not to scare the new page boys. You all know how easily frightened they are.
You're not fun anymore, Reginald.
Why do people keep shooting at me?
I guess you just have one of those faces.
That people want to shoot at?
Uh-huh. Hurry along now, little buck, before the men start coming as a matter of principle.
What does that mean?
Move quick, or they'll graze you for sport. That always works.
Ah, nephew. It's good that you came. There seems to be a rather dire situation.
It's Doran! He's missing! I fear he may have been kidnapped or killed even! He could be lost and scared and—
Get a grip, Senga, and for the love of God, would you stop pacing?
I'm sorry, dear, it's just, I can't imagine what could have possibly happened to him, and we haven't received letters or demands, and what if this is an act of war? No! Oh, God. Dear, darling, the spots are back. I'm seeing the spots again!
Aunt Senga, maybe you should get some rest.
Armin is right, dear. He and I will handle this. You should go lie down.
No, that's all right. I want to help. I want to be informed.
If you insist. This morning when the staff went to Wake Door and they found his bed empty and his room astray. Senga, really, I must insist that you leave.
All right, but you two better fix this mess. My poor baby! My poor baby!
Ah, good, she's gone. Linus, would you mind waiting outside?
Why?
Do you enjoy living?
I love it a good science. It also calls to me. It sings to me. It lets me out of it.
Bah! The children get dumber every year. Speaking of which, I didn't have the heart to tell Senga this, but Doran was not kidnapped. The brat ran away.
Ran away? Why?
I imagine he heard my plot to assassinate him.
Assassin! You were planning to assassinate him?
Well, of course. The boy is an embarrassment. He's not fit to rule, and I will be quite content in passing the throne to you. You have a fighter spirit, and the boy, he has a spirit of a poet. He's quiet, not the good malevolent quiet. The soft, inquisitive quiet. He will forget the importance of capital and drive this kingdom's economy into the ground. God, he'll probably start signing peace treaties and stop requiring land. No, I won't stand for that. The boy had to go. But you know how upset the clergy gets when you try to deny people their birthright. The same can be said for the nobility. I couldn't risk a power struggle. No, the boy had to die.
Well, if he's run away, just presume him dead. If he's on his own, he will be soon anyway.
I can't risk that. He can't be underestimated. He is still my son, after all. He could spread word of my scheming, or come back to challenge your right to the throne. No, the boy must die. What we need to do, nephew, is concoct a plan. What we need is a pack of good scapegoats.
Who goes there?
Eris!
The heiress of what?
No, not an heiress. I am heiress of Lower Lildington. I seek counsel from the king.
Lower the gates for the heiress of Lower Lildington.
No, I'm not. Oh, whatever works. Dear God, she's ancient. Why do people keep saying that?
Still ungrateful king. Gonna wash your dishes and put vegetables in your shoes. What has this place become? Ma'am, are you aware that you're covered in filth?
Yeah, well, this is the same filth that touches your harvest. Think about that, why don't you?
Why, never!
Yes, I'm sure you haven't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a meeting with the king.
Ma'am, you can't go in there! Oh no, she's done it. Boorish, insolent witch woman.
What is the meaning of this? How did you get past the guards?
Your Majesty, my name is Eris, and I...
Ugh, say no more. Those idiots thought you said you were an heiress, didn't they? Morons. Armin, remind me to have Reginald's head. That'll keep them in line.
Right. I'll be sure to do that.
Excuse me, Your Majesty, but I...
Armin, is that old crone still here? Really, the security in this place is atrocious. Remove her, if you will.
But Your Majesty, I came here seeking your counsel.
Why would I help you?
Is that not one of your duties as a ruling body?
Not that I can recall. Now get out. You've interrupted a serious discussion.
But Your Majesty...
Come along now. You're not wanted here.
But...
Go on, before you make him mad. He tends to get murdery when he's mad.
But...
Good God, I know she's old, but is she really that hard of hearing? Go! Get! Scram! Goodbye! Au revoir!
Your Majesty, I want to be a knight.
A knight?
You?
They get more deluded with every play.
Please, Your Majesty. My husband has passed, and I need a change.
You think you live in a world of opportunity? How quaint.
Please, I'll do anything. Go on any quest. Just give me a chance.
Look, woman, There's nothing you can...
Did you say any quest?
What are you...
I did, Your Majesty.
Well, then it might just be your lucky day.
Your Majesty.
Uncle, what are you...
It seems, nephew, that I've had a change of heart. I do, after all, have a free quest just lying around.
What? Uncle, this can't possibly be...
Do shut up, nephew.
Yes, do. What is the task, Your Majesty?
It appears my son has been kidnapped, by whom we do not know, but I want him back before this becomes an issue. You will need a party to accompany you. Armin will help you acquire one, and he and Linus will join you on your quest, both to aid you and to monitor your progress. I'm sure they'll keep me well informed. From under what rock do you crawl, my dear?
Lower Lildington, my lord.
Ugh, no wonder you want to be a knight. Armin will meet you in Lower Lildington's finest inn. What is it called?
Oh, the Swill House, Your Majesty?
At least they're honest.
Yes. Well, tonight before sundown, you will meet at the Swill House and form your merry band of travelers.
Oh, thank you, Majesty, thank you.
Well, of course. You're welcome. Goodbye, my dear. Linus, show her out, will you? That was too easy. The poor wretch really thinks she has a shot.
Forgive me, Uncle, but have you completely lost your mind? What is the plan here exactly?
It's simple, really. We need a scapegoat, and now we have one. You go with her, help them track down my son, make sure you put together an incompetent party, one that will do nothing but slow you down. In fact, take as many women as you can. That ought to work. Then, when it looks like you've gotten close to my son, explode on them. Tell them they're useless, that you fear for your dear cousin, that they've most certainly sealed his death, and set off on your own. When you find him, kill him. We'll say that whatever rat hole of a kingdom you find him in had him kidnapped, and that because the progress of the search party was too slow due to the incompetence of the rest of the party, we were all too late to save my dear, dear Doran.
And you don't think that the nobility and clergy will find it strange that you sent an incompetent search party to complete such an important task?
I am but a wise and benevolent king who had a dream, a vision from God, that this would be the only way to save his poor son. Alas, the vision steered him wrong. Perhaps the grief and shock corrupted the message.
Surely this will be dangerous. What if I die?
I suppose I'll have to pass the kingdom on to your brother, Badarad.
You can't be serious. Badarad's crowning achievement was setting the family crypt on fire.
Yes, he was quite insane. Do try not to die, nephew. Go on now, you have treasonous deeds to do.
Uncle,
Do you have a complaint to lodge, nephew?
No, Your Majesty.
Double, double toil and trouble. Fire, burn, and cauldron. Oh, this is ridiculous. Those witches are pulling my leg. Oh well, I'll have probably lost my touch by now anyway.
Winifred, you'll never believe it. He agreed to let me go on a quest to become a knight.
The king?
Yes!
Our king.
Yes!
Well, good for you. I don't suppose you'll need a witch on your quest.
Well, I'd love to have you, but it could be dangerous. I'll be traveling with the king's nephew, and if he learns of your abilities, you could end up a pile of ash.
That's part of the fun, isn't it? If your life isn't on the line, then where's the danger? The adventure? The excitement?
Normally I'd be concerned. But you know, now that I'm getting up there in age, I think I'm finally coming to understand you.
This will be a great deal of fun then. You should bring Ida along too. It's a miracle she's been able to keep the village boys away for this long. You don't want to leave her and have her end up a farmer's wife.
What's wrong with being a farmer's wife? I was a farmer's wife for years, and I did just fine.
You got lucky though. You got Arthur. The fact that you actually loved the guy made life less, well, miserable. Have you seen the boys now? Trust me, she'll be better off going on a deadly quest.
Well, I'll ask. We'll see what she wants.
You do that. Oh, this will be a great deal of fun. I'll pack some supplies for medicines. We can tell the king's nephew that I'm an apothecary. Ida will be I don't know, gatherer and nature specialist or something.
I'm meeting with the king's nephew tonight, just before sundown, at the Swill House.
Ah, the Swill House? Splurging, I see.
Maybe just a little. Soon I'll be able to afford it.
Somehow, I doubt that. I wouldn't trust the king or any of his family.
Why? Have you foreseen something?
No, just a gut reaction.
They were kind of the worst. They kept calling me a witch and a crone.
A witch? You! Clearly they have no idea what a witch looks like.
What are you implying?
Oh, don't be offended, darling. You're very beautiful in a maidenly, motherly sort of way, but more often than not, witches appear to be severe, tall, angular, graceful, ethereal. You're a bit short and a bit squat to be a witch. Ida could probably pass for one, though.
Oh, shut it.
What? What did I say?
Nothing, Winifred. You get on my nerves sometimes, that's all. You're a very good friend, but you aren't always a very nice one.
In a kind world, I could be both kind and honest, but in the unkind world we live in, I can only be one. Do you want me to be honest with you?
That's fine, Winifred. You be you. I'm going to head out now. See you tonight at the Swill House.
Will do. Goodbye, darling.
Ida, are you back here?
Yes, I'm hoping I'm talking to the living right now and not the voice of the deceased.
Very funny. As you can see, I'm very much alive.
So, what's the consensus?
I've been given a quest. Prince Doran was kidnapped.
What'll that be? The Bird War started this year?
No, not yet anyway. They haven't got a clue of where he's been taken or who took him. It's my job to find him and bring him back.
But if they don't know who took him, then how will you know where to start?
Well, I'm bringing Winifred. She has magic and some seedy connections. That should be at least a place to start.
Is there something else?
Winifred suggested that it might be best if you joined us on our quest.
Oh. Well,
you know what? Don't even worry about it. She was just going on about you becoming a farmer's wife while I'm away, and I just...
I'll come.
Well, don't make any hasty decisions. You should be sure.
I'm quite sure. Since it's been brought up, there's a village oaf I've been avoiding recently. He's like a leech that just won't get off. This should finally shake him.
Well, okay, if you're sure. We should start packing.
Oh, what do you want me to pack exactly? I'm pretty sure a whole sheep don't travel. Actually, scratch that. They do, but don't expect me to try and herd one.
At least take a bag to hold stuff in. Winifred thinks we should tell Prince Armin that you're our nature specialist. Think you can handle that?
Yeah, I think I can handle that. So, Prince Armin, huh? I've heard things about him.
Oh, what? Do the village maids think he's charmer?
No. I've heard he's a violent manipulative snake. An attractive violent manipulative snake. But a violent manipulative snake nonetheless.
Well, that makes me feel just swell about this quest. How concerned shall I be?
Just don't take your eyes off him. I can't imagine he'd be taking unnecessary risks when his cousin's fate is in his hands. I mean, it's family, right?
You're probably right. So, I guess we just leave Baldwin to tend to the farm?
He'll probably love that it's just him and Celia. Some time alone with his kid will do him some good.
All right, I'll go tell him. You prepare yourself. Tonight, we join forces with a violent, manipulative snake.
Oh, sure. But what was he really like anyway?
Yeah.
What, you idiot? We don't have time for you to bluster about.
Sorry, Armin. I'm just a little frazzled. Who all needs to go on a quest anyway? Surely we should bring some experienced military men.
You'll be fine so long as you stay near me. Now, as for who we bring, we'll need someone who knows nature, someone who has us covered on the basic general knowledge of survival in the wilderness. A hunter would be good. I'm the seasoned fighter. I'll keep us safe. It's Eris's job to lead the quest. We'll need an apothecary and a scribe.
Oh, good. Always like scribes. Quiet, fellas. Keep it in the cells. They let me do the talking.
The king has requested it be a female scribe.
Is he sure? That sounds like a terrible idea.
Nonsense. He says that God has ordained it.
Well, if he's sure.
Are you questioning the will of God, Linus? There will be a cold place in hell for you.
No, I wasn't questioning anything. Right, a woman that can write. Any ideas?
I was thinking the nunnery. Did you just shudder at the idea of a nunnery?
Nuns freak me out. They're all old and leathery, and if you do something just a little bit questionable, they point their bat claws at you and encourage you to eternity in hell.
You have an overactive imagination. Come along now. We have a nun to recruit.
Had to be nuns. Why does it always have to be nuns?
Linus!
I'm coming. Linus, hurry up. Linus, stop dawdling. Linus, you idiot. Good God, boy. Just once I'd like to give him a swift kick at it.
What's that, Linus?
Nothing. Hey, slow down. I have short legs. Could you just speed up? Armin!
What is it, Theodora?
I just wanted to ask if I could go do my independent prayer out in the woods today.
Theodora, you know we don't prefer our members to leave the Abbey. We make exceptions for community service, but remember the goal is to remove yourself from earthly pleasures.
But it's not like I want to go out to a tavern or a shop or see the town or anything like that. Just the woods. I mean, it's all a natural creation, right? Why not be there if not to be enjoyed?
You know, when your parents brought you here, they tried to warn us about your insatiable curiosity. But if you ask me, they undersold its prevalence.
Mother Margaret, you didn't answer my question. Oh, please, Mother Margaret, you never answer my questions. Mother Margaret!
My heavenly Father, why do you test me with this impetuous girl? Well, it is not in the nature of a nun to ask for something. I beg of you, remove this oblate from my nunnery.
Are you the abbess of this establishment?
I am. How may I be of service? I'm sorry, why is your page looking at me like that? Is he ill?
Knock it off, boy. You look like a dead fish.
Why do his eyes bug out like that? Why, the little tyke is shaking. Are you sure he's all right?
He's absolutely fine. Just a little strange, that's all. Try to ignore him. Now, I come in search of a scribe to accompany me on a quest.
You want to take a nun on your quest?
Unconventional, I know, but the king has said he received a vision from God that ordained it.
Well, I don't know that we can offer our aid. It's not in the nature of our nunnery to turn people away, but it feels so unconventional. All of the sisters of our abbey have their place here. They are needed in aiding the community, in tending to the abbey. It is also not likely that they would be able to attend services on this quest, and that seems completely...
Mother Margaret! Mother Margaret, I was just wondering!
Not now, Theodora, why don't you come join us? I believe I found your, charity work.
Does this mean you're reconsidering your position?
Well, who am I to question something that was ordained by God? Theodora is a lovely oblate here at the Abbey, a truly sweet and, persistent girl. She should be perfect for your quest. She's an excellent writer.
Mother Margaret, you said my handwriting looks like a drum.
Oh, now, what utter nonsense. Just stop it. Just don't talk. You're a hoot.
When should we collect her?
Why, here's a crazy idea. Why don't you just take her now? She has no earthly possessions. She can just leave.
Are you sure? I could come back.
Nonsense, or nonsense as it were. You're here. Why inconvenience you? Goodbye. Safe journeys. May God be with you.
Hallelujah!
Well, that was odd.
You don't look like a nun.
Well, I'm not. Not yet, anyway. My parents brought me here.
Ah, are you a nobleman's girl?
Not exactly. My father does bankroll them, though. He's a traveling merchant. When I was young, traveling with him and my mother was so exciting. There's so much to see and do, but apparently that was the problem. Apparently curious and naive made for an aggravating combination.
Don't be ridiculous. Armin loves women like that. Don't you?
Shut up and get on your horse, Linus.
What did I say?
Here, Theodora, I'll help you onto Linus's horse.
I'm good, thank you.
You know your way around a horse.
Last I knew, my father owned 20 of them.
Right. Linus, you ride in back.
But I'm the man.
So act like one and get on the horse, you big baby.
Fine. Those are very soft.
Thank you.
Don't be weird, Linus.
Where to now?
An inn called the Swill House.
Well, that sounds like an adventure.
Well, that's one word for it. Personally, I'd call it a mistake. Where are we? This place is hot and it smells.
Perhaps they've taken time to freshen up.
What? I can't hear you over this wretched music!
Perhaps they...
You know what? I don't care. Go tell the minstrels that I'll double their pay tonight if they stop making noise. I'm getting air. At least the stench of the alcohol will drive up the stench of the peasants.
Okay.
Excuse me. Pardon me. Out of my way, please. You then. How about a gold coin in exchange for your seat?
What would I do with the gold?
Buy something?
What rock have you been under? People like me have no interest in gold. Do you have any furs?
You're aggravating me, so I've decided to change the deal. Move, and I won't put a blade in your stone.
Now that, young man, is something of value. You can take my seat when I'm done here anyway.
Nothing in this bar is of value. Now, please. You expect me to pay for this? What hell am I in?
We call it Tuesday. Would you like to pay now or later?
Take it and run, swindler.
Gladly.
Finest inn, huh? There's not a single fine thing in this place.
Ale, please.
Will I stand correct? I'll cover that ale.
Will you now? Why the generosity?
Because you're the best looking thing I've seen all evening.
Oh, goody. I love being called a thing.
I'm sorry?
I was being sarcastic. I really don't like being referred to like a rug, or a chair, or any sort of possession or inanimate object, really.
I see. Perhaps we got off on the wrong foot. What's your name?
Ida, though I'm sure that won't be of much importance to you.
Well, now you're just being unfair.
You approach me for shallow reasons, you get a shallow level of sympathy.
Well, you can't blame me for finding you attractive.
Oh, wait. I know who you are. My mother's at that table in the back corner, Your Highness.
Your mother? Your heiress's daughter?
You sound surprised.
You look very different, that's all. You're so... and she's so...
I'm afraid I don't follow that, and I don't want to. My mother's a kind, brilliant, beautiful woman, and you would do well to remember that.
Right.
We've been waiting for an hour now, so best not to waste any more time.
Now just hold on a minute. I have a question for you.
Make it quick.
The name of a prince is common knowledge. The face of one is not. How did you recognize me?
It was a simple deduction, that's all.
Oh?
I knew you were going to be here tonight, and I knew your approximate age. Your clothes are worth more than the totality of this town's infrastructure. And you have the look and smell of a man who bathes regularly. That's a pretty good indicator.
Well, you have the look and smell of someone who bathes regularly. What's your excuse?
There's a stream on our farm, and it isn't winter yet.
Oh, well...
Hurry along now. My mother always gets cranky when she has to wait. Thanks for covering her ale, though. I'm sure she'll be very appreciative.
Linus, get our scribe from outside and join me at that table.
Of course, my liege.
Bravo, Linus. Real discreet. I see you brought company.
It seems you've already met my daughter, Ida. She should make an excellent nature specialist. And this is...
Winifred. I'm an apothecary and an apt physician.
And the two of you both agreed to join Eris on this quest willingly? It will be dangerous, you know.
Why do you think I said yes? The joy in living stems directly from the fear of death.
A thrill-seeking physician?
She's not crazy, she just seems it. Trust me, she's very gifted at her craft.
All right. Whatever it takes to move this along.
Where's that little gnat of a page boy? I thought he was joining us.
He's fetching our scribe. She decided to stay outside until we found you. I suppose the air of the room made her nauseous.
Is someone with such a weak stomach really the right person to go on such a dangerous quest?
Oh, please, I don't have a weak stomach.
Dear Lord!
Did I startle you? Sorry, everyone at the nunnery always told me I had light feet. Mother Margaret told me she wished I was as quiet as my footsteps. She's such a jokester.
To me, it sounds like she was just kind of mean.
What? No, you're misinterpreting. She was just... She was kind of mean. Well, that does it. I'm definitely going with you guys because I'm so not going back to be berated by a kind of mean nun. My father can go jump in a corpse pit.
All right, enough. We're getting off topic. Prince Armand, we have a scribe, a nature specialist, and a physician. What are we missing?
I'd like to bring a trained hunter with us.
Well, look around and take your pick. There are mercenaries and hunters galore in this place.
Right. Which one looks the most incompetent?
What was that?
Nothing. Let's see here.
Barky, trust me, I'm very trustworthy and reliably able to judge my own cognition. I'd like another. In fact, I demand another.
Kane, you're just sitting on the bar for the last 5 minutes. It's right in front of you.
Oh, that it is. My apologies, good woman.
Maybe you aren't as good a judge of your cognition as you thought you were. Of course, there's always just the chance that you aren't very bright.
Perhaps not. But when you have my charm and smile, you find that the mind is of less importance.
I'm sure.
What about that guy?
The lush?
If the man can afford that much ale, I assume he's a pretty good hunter.
All right, you have the experience, so I guess I'll take your word for it. But if I'm approaching that man, then you're coming with me.
Fine. But don't expect me to do the talking. I'm not very good with peasants.
Gee, we hadn't noticed.
She doesn't like you.
I'm sure I'll win her over. But until then, let's talk to the drunk.
Excuse me, sir, do you have a moment?
Well, of course I have a moment, but I'm suspecting you'll be needing many moments. However, I've had plenty of those too. What can I do for you?
Are you a hunter?
No, I'm not a hunter. I'm the hunter. The name is Kane, and I've never met a target that I couldn't hit or a boar I couldn't spear. Are you folks looking to buy some furs?
Looking to buy you, actually.
Sorry, I'm not in that line of work.
What?
We need a hunter to join us on a quest.
An interesting proposal. What's the quest for?
You're not going to question whether I should be going on a quest or not?
Oh, I don't buy into the idea that women can't fight. I once saw my mother slay a wild boar by ripping off its own tusk with her bare hands and plunging it into the belly of the beast. Not to mention I have a habit of getting myself into trouble with the ladies. They're worse than rabbit badgers.
Back up a second. You watched your mother do what?
Oh, that's not important. I answered your question, you answer mine.
The details of our quest are sensitive in manner. We need to know whether you'll accompany us before we can tell you any more. Know that it will be dangerous, but trust that you will be well compensated. We'll be staying here tonight and setting off tomorrow.
Interesting. An offer for a secret quest from someone who's clearly nobility. Count me in. I've always been one for a little adventure. Where's the rest of our party?
They're at the table in the back corner.
Very nice. I often dreamed of a quest where I'd be surrounded by beautiful women.
Stop leering, that's my daughter, and trust me when I say she won't be interested.
Come now, better me than that fellow she's arguing with now.
What fellow? There wasn't a fellow when we left. Ah, curse the lack of eyes in the back of my head. Oh God, that's Osbert.
Poor man never had a chance with a name like that.
He raises pigs.
Looks like one too. She could do better.
I agree. About the her doing better thing, not the pig thing. You're a nasty person to talk to.
It looks like it's getting heated. We should maybe put an end to that.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, you're right. Let's go.
Osbert, I've told you, I'm not interested. I'm quite content being alone.
It simply astounds me that your mother would be okay with that. She should recognize the importance of marriage. You need a husband.
We told you to get out of here, kid. Clearly, she doesn't need a husband.
I'm growing impatient with these games, Ida.
I don't play games, Osbert. I've asked you nicely. Please just let me be.
We both know that a week from now, when your mother's dead, you'll be desperate for company and support.
And if that is the case, I think we both know she could do much better than you.
I don't remember asking you for your opinion, Git.
You didn't ask, I inserted. And it's not so much an opinion as it is a fact.
Osbert, leave my daughter alone.
You should be thanking me. You know the importance of this. You did the right thing when you were Ida's age, younger even.
The difference is, I loved Arthur. She doesn't love you. Scram.
No, I don't think I will.
An interesting take on the matter, but I'm afraid I disagree. You'll either be leaving or you'll be removed.
Who are you? You reek of hell.
And you reek of many things, yet people put up with you.
I don't have to take this. You can keep your harlot.
Excuse me?
I think you owe the woman an apology.
I'm not going to apologize for being honest.
You weren't being honest. You were being rude. In fact, I don't think you have an honest bone in your body. You can't even be honest with yourself. Because, had you been honest with yourself, you never would have asked her. You would have known that in every way you resemble your pigs, excluding their intelligence, of course. I mean, we both know your witless, empty mind is grasping at nothing as it slowly tries to make sense of the words I'm speaking. Had you been honest, you would have known that you're a man of absolutely no worth. And someday, soon I suspect, you'll die, fading to the filth and dirt that you are. And no one will remember you.
You have no right! Who do you think you are?
Well, I think, and I could be mistaken, but I'm fairly certain that I am Prince Armin, son of Prince Cenaric and Catherine, Duchess of Lumoshire, nephew to King Rainier. I could always check with my crest of my sheath to make sure, though.
I didn't know.
Oh, he's quivering. I love it when they quiver.
Please don't hurt me. I'm sorry. I'm begging you.
I love it when they beg and bow like that. The fear in their eyes is absolutely adorable.
Your Highness,
No, you lost the right to speak. You just waste air. I would make you kiss my boots while you're down there, but I'm afraid they'd never be the same again if they had to endure that nightmare. Tell you what, I want to see tears, real tears of remorse. Cry!
That's enough.
Please don't interrupt him while I'm berating. It's my favorite pastime.
No, she's right. Leave him be and let him go. That's all we wanted anyway.
I feel like I should kick him a little first.
No.
Fine. But you listen here, peasant. Never forget, you're nothing. That was fun. Why are you all staring at me like that?
That was the worst thing I've ever seen. You were awful.
He picked a fight he shouldn't have.
You treated him like trash.
I didn't treat him like trash. Even trash has value. I treated him like the ground I walk on.
That's worse.
He called you a harlot. He had plenty of time to walk away before it escalated. This is on him.
All people of value, you know. You can't treat them like they don't.
We'll agree to disagree. Now, let's move on from this before it becomes a bigger deal than it should be. Everyone, this is Cain. He'll be our hunter. We leave at sunrise tomorrow. Be ready to fight perilous battles and yada yada yada. I'm going to bed.
Hold on a minute. I don't even know what the quest is yet.
God, you're so needy. Fine. Kidnap Prince, we're finding him. If we find him, bring him back in time. The old one gets to be a knight. I think that's it. Are we good now?
So, which way are we leaving then?
I don't know. Close your eyes and point and we'll go that way.
You're kidding, right?
He's really not.
They don't know who took him or where he was taken. Winifred and I are working on getting a general direction.
How?
Using a woman's intuition, darling.
Is that what they're calling shady contacts these days?
And this is when I leave. The less I know about this, the better. Come along now, Linus.
I can't decide whether I like that man or not.
I don't.
Yes, I got that from your very open, negative attitude towards him.
I don't care who you are. You can't treat people like that.
I agree. To be honest with you, I feel bad for him.
What? Why?
Issues like his come from poor upbringing. The kid never stood a chance.
Came from the exact opposite of a poor upbringing. He's just a tool.
Give him time, he'll learn. Until then, shady connections?
Winifred, Ida, and I will be discussing that privately. You and the scribe watch after each other.
The scribe?
Theodora, nice to meet you.
All right, Winnie, do your thing.
Bear with me. It's been a while since I've done this stuff. I have to get into the right headspace.
someone in there? Oh, thank you.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh? What does that mean? Why uh-oh? Did you see who nabbed him?
In my vision, he was wandering alone, but he's in a lot of trouble.
Why?
Samadivi.
What is a Samadiva and what is to become of our heroes? Join us next time on Call It a Night to find out.